realized that from the time when I would like to say, experienced depression, because I don't know if it was clinical and I don't want to put words in people's mouths. So, when I thought I was depressed, I realized that not whenever, since a childhood, we are taught to have this idea and ideology and expectation about life that we are supposed to work towards something and then it will in turn reciprocate us with happiness.
Because
Yeah. Well, happiness is reality minus expectations.
That's great too.
because their happiness is muted by the expectations that are falsely created by creators and vloggers like me.
And that is really the pursuit of happiness. We are taught of happiness as something that is like a checklist to be checked in the future, just like a bucket list. And we are taught of it as something that is indeed in the future, but not right now. And what I felt during my time being depressed was I realized that happiness is my happiness was being kept away from me just because of my expectation that my life had to be a certain way. For example, I had to work towards a certain goal in order to feel happy. And the whole reason I felt depressed was, in the first place, initiated by me achieving something and then not feeling happy, basically. Because when I thought I would get the goal I have always wanted, I would feel happier, but that did not happen. And ultimately, I realized this, but in a brutal way. So, the key is to not have any expectation from anyone or anything, because life will play out as it is supposed to, as we will make of it. But happiness doesn't have to be in the future, that is what I mean to say. Your happiness is not defined by external situations or people or circumstances. Happiness is something that needs to be worked upon right this moment, because if you are not happy right now, I can guarantee you 10 years down the line you are not going to be happy, because you have not prioritized your healthcare, your self-love right now. And really, self-investment is a key to happiness, because if you are working, if you are devoting time and investing in yourself is something that will work wonders for you in terms of your mental peace and happiness, because happiness is not like it will happen in a month or in a day. It takes time to build up a certain level of emotional stability and EQ, and this needs to be worked upon consciously. And the other thing is, we need to stop comparing the expectations of what our life should be just because someone's life is some other way. Just because sometimes we scroll social media and we are not hanging out with our friends because they might be busy or some other reason, or we don't have friends or I don't have friends. Whatever the reason is, we don't have to feel or you don't have to feel bad about yourself just because someone is doing something in their life. It is completely acceptable. And the main culprit is that we are raised, or at least I was raised, in a society where this competition was cutthroat, and this competitiveness not competence. This competitiveness has really hampered our self-investment part, which nowadays people are becoming conscious about and normalizing. Like people are normalizing being alone. My honest opinion on this is, why do we need to normalize being alone, or just having a self-care or self-love routine? It must be a fundamental part of our lives. And the last thing I want to say is, the pursuit of happiness is unending, but happiness is right now. Thank you for listening, and if you liked it, like the video. If you loved it, then subscribe.